All right. So welcome, guys. If you were on the call last week, was anybody on our call last week? Brian, you can't raise your hand.
I missed it once. One call out of hundreds.
Yep, that's the one you're going to get ragged on. We talked about at the end of that call how we are going to be running a free group together starting Monday. Okay, so that's the Monday the 27th, I believe. And what that free group is going to be is it's going to be a shake and share that we're going to run together. It's a 7-day Shakeology challenge. Okay, so what we want you to do is we want you to invite your friends, make posts on social media, on Facebook. You can create an event. You can do it however you want. I have some tools for you to help you invite. I've already created a post. You can look at my timeline as an example. And basically what we want you to do is, invite people to join us for 1 week to try Shakeology, right? So instead of buying a whole bag at 130 plus tax, plus shipping, all that stuff, right? They only have to buy a sampler pack, 7 packets. They get to try every single flavor, right, in 1 week. And we're going to run it like a challenge group. We're going to run it together, right? We're all going to be in there drinking our Shakeology. We're going to be eating clean. We're going to help our challengers get through the week and hopefully see results and lose weight and enjoy Shakeology. And we'll share recipes and videos and all that good stuff. So I have a document that I'm going to share with you guys. All right, I'm going to paste it right there in the chat.
You're welcome.
And let me share my screen real quick and I can walk you through the document. Okay, you can see that all right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have this Facebook group. So if I click on this link here, it will take you into the group. So, the first thing, all of you guys should go ahead and click and join the group. Brian and Shauna, I've already made you guys admins. If anybody else needs to be an admin, you can be an admin as well. But this is the group, and once you get people committed, to joining, just add them into the group, okay? So basically what I tell my people is anybody, like I made a post, I sent out an email today, I made a post. Let me just show you my post real quick. It's right here on my timeline. So you can take this as a template and modify it as you want to, tell your story with Shakeology. And see this cool little picture here? I have created images. I had my assistant create images for you guys to use. So if you look at this image here, it's basically a PNG file, right? A ping. So what you can do is you can overlay this right on top of your picture, okay? So if you guys are familiar with PicMonkey, right? PicMonkey.com is a free website that you can use to edit your pictures. The overlay button is the butterfly, okay? So you just take a picture of you and your Shakeology, and then you overlay it by clicking on the butterfly to add this over top of it, okay? And here's a different one. Here's the one that I actually use, right? So it overlaid right over top of my picture. So you could pick either one of those. I also have this one here. If you don't want to pick a picture of yourself, which I would highly recommend you use a picture of yourself. But if you don't want to use a picture of yourself, you can just use this picture here. So all 3 of those are in the document. I also have my post right here that you guys are welcome to use, to modify. Don't modify the document. Please just copy it from the document and post it on your timeline and modify it, where you post in your timeline. Okay, then I have after people respond to your post, right, because we give them a call to action right here that says, you know, a sampler pack is only $35 for a 7-day supply. If you are interested in trying it for 7 days and joining the challenge, please comment below, right? So I posted that on my timeline. Now I wait for people to comment. Once people comment that they want to do it, or if they like it, you can always follow up with a private message, however you want to do it. But I wait till they comment, and then I give them this link right here. Okay, so this link right here takes them to the Shakeology 7-day sampler. Now all you have to do is see this highlighted number on the end here. This is my coach ID, so you want to change this to be your coach ID. Okay, before you send it to somebody. Then here's the link to the group again, just to provide that to the person, you know, or you could just add them if, you know, obviously you're already friends with that person, add them directly to the group. And then we have like different, the document has different posts that we can do. So, you know, we can, you know, based upon who's has invited people to the group, we can divvy up posts like, you know, it's like, here's, you know, Thursday, you know, and, you know, this is just a template that I got from another coach, so we can modify it. We can use the posts if we want. We can create our own posts if we want. You know, it's up to you. This has some good stuff in it, some videos and stuff like that. But we can, you know, we can each take a day to post, do the coach post, you know, and then obviously we'll all be chiming in with our Shakeologies and stuff like that. But you know, we have different videos that we can post and stuff like that. So I think it's pretty easy. Does anybody have any questions?
How about deadline for ordering?
Well, everyone needs to post this on their timeline as soon as possible. You know, I would say do it tonight. If you can, post this tonight. Obviously, I want people to receive the sampler pack by Monday. So typically, Beachbody takes 3 to 5 days, you know, sometimes longer. So I don't know. I would say a deadline to order is probably Wednesday, you know. I mean, it's possible that we can get people into the, you can, you know, certainly we'll let people into the group later, right? If you have somebody that, you know, doesn't get it, or I mean, we'll add them into the group right away, right? But let's say they don't get their shipment until Wednesday, you know, next Wednesday. That's fine. They'll just start next Wednesday, you know, but our group is officially starting on Monday. Let me mute up Beth here. Oh, for some reason, it's not muting. All right. Other questions? Did everybody copy the link to the group? I mean, to the document? Just save that. And go ahead and create your image. Like I said, with PicMonkey, it's real easy, but if you have another image program that you want to use, you know, you can certainly use it. PowerPoint is very easy. I use that a lot because it's got the layer. So with PowerPoint, you can just drag and drop, you know, 2 different images on top of each other and easily create a new image. And create your post, put it out there, you know, tell people, you know, who comment, who like it, that you need them to order by Wednesday, you know, at the latest, and tell them it's only $35 and answer any questions they had. I've already had 2 people sign up, and that, you know, they just wanted to make sure that they weren't locked into anything. You know, they had those concerns, right? Am I going to be automatically shipped something in a month? And no, you're not. You know, it's just a 7-day sampler, 7-day trial. So no obligations. And so hopefully this will help you. Even if you have people in your existing challenge group, like, you know, if you're running a clean eating, or if you're running some other type of challenge group, invite them, right? If they're not drinking Shakeology, this is a great way for people to try it. And they can be in this group and in your other group, all right?
And also, I mean, if you have customers that are already on Shakeology too, you can invite them as well. This is a great learning experience for even people who use Shakeology to learn more about the product. I used to run these with a 10-day Shakeology group and bring people in. And this was before we had the 7-day sampler pack. So that's so awesome that we have this 7-day sampler pack. I used to order a bunch of packets and then send them to people. I would do 5. They would get 5 packets and use half a day, or some people would get 10. But Greg, I also have all of my old Word documents that I could share too if you want in that Google Drive.
Yeah, let's do that. Just drop them into that drive and add a link in the Shake and Share. And if there's good posts in there, let's use them.
Yeah, I did a lot of like nutrition or superfood spotlighting a lot of the different superfoods that are in there, and yeah. So, okay, I'll do that.
All right. Yeah, we don't want to give them like information overload, so we don't want to all be posting like, here's this big post about Shakeology every day, right? But we'll divide it up, and like, Brian, you do the Shakeology post on Monday, and I'll do Tuesday, and Hillary, you'll do Thursday, whatever.
I think it's a good idea maybe to do one post in the morning, and then somebody does a post at night. Maybe do it.
We'll all post our Shakeology recipes and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it'll be fun. We'll do it together, and it's a good way to help you guys, introduce people to Shakeology, overcome your fear, show yourself as a coach to somebody. This is a sample of a free group. So, all right, well, let's enough about the Shake and Share. Let's move on to our topic tonight, which is expanding your warm market. And there's different ways of doing that. I will let somebody else talk first. Shauna or Brian, do you guys either one of you want to talk first about this topic?
Sure. Who do you want to go first?
You go ahead.
Find my document. Okay. How to expand your warm market. All right. So you guys have your warm markets, right? Your friends, your families, your coworkers, friends on Facebook. So tonight we're going to talk about how to get even more friends, so you have even more exposure with your business, with this lifestyle, with Beachbody. So that's what we mean by expanding that warm market. Not doing cold, not market, like you can do that too with running ads and getting people you don't know. Here we want to focus on people that you do know, and people that you've known, all your life, and maybe you haven't reached out or talked to them in a while. So does everybody here, I know we kind of always go over this, but does everybody here pretty good or familiar with Facebook and all the tools that are on there? Not really? Okay. Does everybody use Facebook? Yeah? Don't raise your hand, Kathleen, you're driving. 10 and 2. 10 and 2. Okay. So with social media, a lot of focus on, there's all types of social media, right? You got Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. But for this example, we're going to talk about Facebook because that's the most widely one that we use. Everyone uses pretty much. So finding friends on Facebook. So what can you, other than the friends that you already have, how are some ways you can find other friends on Facebook? So let me just tell you guys something. When I started with Facebook, Greg had to twist my arm because I didn't really want to get into it. I had no friends. I couldn't fathom, well, how am I going to use Facebook as a tool for my business if I don't have any friends on there? So in the process, I learned, and this is what we're going to share with you, how to find all of those friends. First thing I did was school, going all the way back to, middle school and high school and college. And with Facebook, you can actually, for the search criteria, you can put in your college. And then you can see all of the people, I think you can even put in your year, right, Greg? And then you can see people that graduated that year. No, you can't do that?
Yeah, you can. I think so.
Yeah, I think because that's how I did it. And I did that, and then all of a sudden I saw all these people come up and say, oh, yeah, I remember that person. So I sent them friend requests, and they accepted, people that I haven't talked to in a while. So look for old college classmates, high school classmates on Facebook. Another good way to add, how many people here are parents, kids? So that's another, if you're not already friends with your kids' parents, there's friends right there on Facebook. So if you go to school functions with your kids, going to the park, whatever, the parents of your kids, just go ahead and find them on Facebook and invite them to friend you. Add people. Go ahead.
Can I jump in just for a second? Okay, one important thing that we have to overcome, and I know this is tough for everybody, is tough for me in the beginning, is they don't actually have to be your friend. Like we're always taught like, oh, don't friend anybody unless they're really your friend, right? Unless you know them, right? Because, oh, there's all this cyber, security issues, right? Well, with a business, you can't really worry too much about that, right? You just have to go, you got to overcome that fear and just say, what's the worst that's going to happen? They're going to find out, where I live. I don't know. I don't share my address or anything like that, but I don't hide anything, you got to start friending people, with expanding your warm market. Jennifer Wooten talked about it right on the call. Right? If you guys listened to our team call that we had last week, she talked about groups. Brian, I don't know if you heard it, but she talked about expanding into groups and making, joining groups. And, as soon as you make a post and people comment on it, go ahead and send them a friend request, right? And get to know them, right? Like, check out their timeline and like them. And like Brian said, if you go back and you friend request people at your church, people at your school, people, you've known in the past, other things that you can do is like, look at their friends and you could send their friends friend requests. It doesn't matter if you know them or not, because what they're going to do is they're going to say, oh, so-and-so. And because if you have 2 or 3 or even one friend in common, that increases the likelihood that they're going to accept your friend request, right? And they're going to trust you because you have that mutual friend in common, So that's a great thing. But that's the only thing I wanted to inject is don't feel like, oh, well, I don't really know that person, or, oh, yeah, I kind of knew who that person was back at school, but I didn't really know them, so I'm not going to send them a friend request. Just get over it. Just who cares, So go ahead, Brian.
Yeah. And I do the same thing. Like if I get a friend request from a name that I don't recognize, it tells you right there. It says you have 2, 3 mutual friends with this person, and then I accept. It's like, oh, okay, because I know LaDonna, and this is LaDonna's friend, so she's gonna be cool. So and I accept it. So okay, add people you come in contact with daily. Through the course of your day, no matter what you're doing. I'm friends on Facebook with my the girl who does my hair, I got European wax, the girl who I go there, TMI, I know, but everybody that you come in contact with all the time. I tell this great story, it was last year, going out to, where the heck was I going? I think it was the leadership conference. Yeah. Not this past one, but the one before, the men's leadership conference, and meeting somebody on the plane that I was sitting next to, and just struck up a conversation. And then we started talking about, working out, I was worked that into the conversation. So I didn't know this person. And then I said, well, as soon as we land, I'll get you on Facebook. Friended her on Facebook. She started following my posts on Facebook. And I think it was like 3 weeks later, I was talking to her and she ordered a challenge pack. So somebody I met on a plane, so wherever you are, wherever you go, just friend request, ask them if you can friend request people. And what I like to do is I will give them my phone. So I will bring up my Facebook and say, here you go, just type your name in, and they'll find themselves. And then they'll hit, friend requests. So I'm not sitting there asking them for their name and stuff. I just have it up and I give them my phone and they put their name in. So that's a quick tip that you guys can use too. This is a good one too, for people to find you. So we were talking about friending people, from high school or from college, or maybe from a previous employment that you had. That's another thing that I did. Back in the day, I used to work for Outback Steakhouse. So I searched, you can search for everything on Facebook. So I searched for that. I saw all theyese people that I used to work with, they're on Facebook. So I friend request, and they're all my friends. And I think a few of them have tried Shakeology or bought, I don't know, I'd have to go look, but a couple of them are customers of mine. So doing that. Ladies, this is for you. So if you're friend requesting people that you went to high school with or in a previous employment, make sure that they can recognize who you are by your name. So you may have gotten married and your name may have changed. So you want to make sure you can change your Facebook name to put in your maiden name, maybe as your middle name. So this way people can see, oh yeah, I remember, LaDonna Clayton. It was LaDonna, I don't know your maiden name, but so they can recognize you. You want to make sure that you do that. Business cards. When people talk about business cards on Facebook, I ordered business cards like 3 years ago, and both boxes are full. I don't give business cards. It was a waste of money. I have my phone with me all the time, everywhere, and so do you guys. Everywhere you go, right? You have your phone with you. Boom, that instant business card, friending someone on Facebook. Okay, you want to take over?
Sure. So when you send out a bunch of friend requests, so let's say you're going through groups and you're commenting and you're adding people as friends who you don't know, right? And what you want to do is you want to make sure that you can go and you can look at your friend requests that you've sent, right? So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you delete old requests. So if it's been out there more than a couple days, a week, make sure you cancel the request, right? Because if you get too many friend requests sent out there, let's say you get 1,000, that are all backlogged, Facebook is going to consider you like a spammer, and you don't want to be considered a spammer, you don't want to be put in like a suspension or a timeout or anything like that. So it's always a good idea just to clean up after yourself, so if you've done a lot of inviting, let's say you've gone through groups and you've invited 100 people this week. Well, next week, go and see who didn't accept your request. If they just click ignore that request, or if they don't click anything, I think that request just hangs out there, and then you can just go and cancel it. So that's good housekeeping. Something else that you can do is Facebook has a graph search. That bar where you can type in a person's name, right, to find them? Well, there's a lot of things that you can type in that box to find people. You can put in their email address. You can even put in things like, I'm interested in people who like yoga. Find me people. You can even put find people in Virginia near me who like yoga. Find people in California who like nursing, who are interested in nursing. So there's lots of different things that you can do with that search box, and there's a whole video on how to do that graph search, and you can go to YouTube and you can find videos on it. I'm just going to post one here in the comments that you can copy and save, but it's a great way to find people who have interests similar to you. You could say, I want to find friends of friends who are interested in The Walking Dead, for example. Because if you love Walking Dead and they have friends of your friends that love Walking Dead, well, add them, and then Jen Wooten said on the team call, if you guys haven't heard the team call, you definitely need to watch the recording. Okay, I posted it. Definitely watch the recording. But when you friend people, you're not going to spam them with Beachbody. You're not going to message them about Beachbody. You're not going to, you're not going to do any of that, right? You're not going to try to sell them anything. The only thing you're doing is connecting with them, right? You're going to go check out their timeline. You're going to like some of their posts. You're going to comment on some of their posts. That builds up that Facebook affinity, so they start seeing your stuff and you start seeing their stuff. And then they're going to start following you, and they're going to check out your timeline. And hopefully they're going to see all the stuff that you've already been posting about Beachbody, about what fitness has done for you and how Shakeology has helped you. And they're going to see, they're also going to see about your kids and your hobbies and anything else that you post. And they're going to see that you're a real person. And, when you do make that post about, hey, come join my 7-day clean eating group or my 7-day shake and share or my whatever, then they're going to be like, oh yeah, I'd be interested in that. I know this person, right? Shauna, do you have anything to add?
I do. I do go into groups that I have interest in, like I'm in homeschooling groups and couponing groups. You could have all kinds of interests that you go in there, and you don't even have to know enough. You could be in there asking questions and people are answering you, and you can be saying thank you, and and then you can go in and answer other people's questions, and in the meantime you're building friendships and relationships like that. I started doing free groups right off the bat. I started a free fitness group, which I learned how to do through the free training that Greg has, the self-paced one, where you create the pictures in the same day, and you just offer people, all of your friends and family to come join you, in this free fitness group. And, everybody likes free. So you get in there. It isn't hard. You just give them, some little short workout to do, or you can do a clean eating group where you're sharing recipes and different tips. And there's lots of stuff in the back office you can use too to file in for posts and stuff. And that's how you can find out what friends you have on there that are interested in fitness and health, just by putting up posts and inviting to those things. Make sure that you're not spamming in those groups that you're in. Make sure you're not saying, hey, come buy this challenge pack is on sale and stuff like that. That's not what you're in the group for. You're in the group to make more friends, build more relationships, and invite them into your free stuff. And then once they're in there and you're building trust with them, then you can show them what else you have to offer. Unless that's the way I do it anyway. Some people won't jump in right away, even after they've been in a free group with you for, it can be 2-3 months of being in that free group. I know Sarah has even had them in her group for 6 or 8 months, and before they decide to jump into a premier VIP kind of group. So they just have to be ready, and they have to know you're going to stick around. So you can't post and run. You've got to be in that group, sharing tips and commenting on their stuff and stuff like that, and keep talking to them privately also.
So Shayna, do you just keep those people that never really get into a VIP group, do you just keep moving them into another free group then, as long as they want to do that?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like 2 different strategies. One is to keep reusing the same group and just keep adding more people to it so they just stay in the group, right? And there's another one which you could create a new group and, just move people over who want to continue, right? And there's pros and cons to both. I find I do the latter one where I create a new group, but anybody who wants to continue on can join the new group, because I just find that more people engage in a smaller group. Because if you add 20 new people to a group of 600, they're going to feel intimidated and they're not going to respond. That's what I found personally. But I know it does work for others, like Sarah or Shauna. I don't know if that's what you do, but I know it does work for others. I know Jen Wooten said that that's what she does, so it certainly works. And keep in mind that Facebook is not the only platform. You can do this. I'm going to have a guest speaker on our next team call, which is not this Wednesday, but the following Wednesday, who is, his name is Patrick Ryman, and he's going to talk about how he built his business on Instagram. So he didn't, he was like the typical guy who didn't have a Facebook account or didn't want to post on Facebook or whatever, right? So he went to Instagram where he had no friends, he had no account, he created an account and he used it exclusively for his business, and he went out and he searched hashtags, right? I don't think Instagram has groups, does it? Does anybody know? I don't think it does, right? I don't even use it, but he just searched hashtags, and I think you like people or you heart people, and then they heart you back and they follow you. I don't know how it goes, but anyway, it's a social media platform that he used to build his business, and then he pulled people into free groups and challenge groups, and that's what he's going to talk about on our next team call. So you can certainly do Instagram or any other social media platform, Snapchat if you want, it's completely up to you. Shauna referred to a self-paced training group. Let me just share that with you guys. 1 second. Okay, so here is the group, and Brian, can you put the link in the chat for everyone?
Sure.
You guys can all join this free group. It's a self-paced training group. And what you do is, if you look at the pinned post in here, if you request to join, we'll add you. And start by looking at the pinned post, and you'll see basically 9 topics, right? With a couple videos of how I run my free groups, how to do tracking and follow-up, how to run free fitness groups. That's what Shauna was talking about. I talked about how to create pictures with PicMonkey. So here's a post and a video on that. And if you want to create collages, here's a video on PicPlay Post. And if you don't have a like page, you can create a Facebook like page. And here's how to create an event. And, it's not like you have to do all these things. It's just different resources that could help you in running your free group by promoting it, by creating pictures, by, whatever. But I think if you just watch probably the first 3 videos, you guys will get a complete handle on how I run the free groups and how most coaches run these free groups for people. Now, why do you want to run free groups, right? We kind of talked about it with the Shake and Share, but it's a lot easier, like Shanna said, to get people to accept an invitation to a free group, right? Like a free 7-day clean eating group, a free 30-day fitness group, than to try to convince people to buy a $199 challenge pack and join your challenge group, right? So what you do is you get them into this free group, you build trust with them, you get them working out, you get them seeing results, you get them eating clean, you build that trusting relationship with them, and you build, you're talking to them every day, you're private messaging them, you're commenting on their stuff, you're building that relationship. So by the end of the free group, you offer them that call to action, right? Where, hey, now it's time to take that next step and move into our premier group, our paid group, right? Where you do buy that challenge pack. And a lot of times you want to go live in these groups. There's different strategies, but just watch the video. And one really cool thing is this, the last link in the post, okay? It takes you to a Google Drive that is full of resources on running clean eating groups. So here's a 7-day clean eating group. Here's a 10-day sugar detox, a grilling out, a crock pot challenge. So if I just, look at the 7-day clean eating one, for example, there's, it'll lay out shopping lists, meal plans, every single day. Here's the meal plan for the day that you can post and give to people and what to eat. There's one of these, okay, there's the shopping list. and 7-day meal plan, and there's the checklist, clean eating post template. So this document right here will lay out, here's what you post every single day, right? Here's the post that you make before the group starts. Here's the check-in post. Here's the welcome post. Here's the day 2 post, You can use these as is, or you can change them or modify them, use them as a template, use them as a guide, don't use them at all. It's completely up to you. But it kind of takes the guesswork out of it. And if you go back to the main directory here, like there's a document right here, which is how to promote and run a free group. It'll even walk you through, kind of what my videos do in the self-paced training. It kind of walks you through step by step in a document form of how to create it, how to promote it, what to say. So, once you do one, it's easy to reuse it because you've already got all your posts. You know what you're doing. So it's just the overcoming the fear of doing the first one. And what I recommend, we're going to do our first one together, right? We're going to be doing our shake and share together. But next month, I recommend everyone just set a date. I always run mine the last full week of the month because I want the group to end at the beginning of the month, because at the beginning of the month, I want to try to hit Success Club the first week or 2 of the month, right? I want to hit Success Club 5 the first week and the Success Club 10 the second week. That's my goal, right? So I back up, and I would suggest you guys do the same. Just plan right now that you are going to pick one of these free groups, whatever one you want, and plan that you are going to run it the April, whatever the last week is, 25th, let's say, right? Or the 22nd. I don't know, whatever it is. I don't have my calendar. But pick that date and plan on it. Go ahead and create your groups, start creating the posts, start reading through the documents. You can start uploading, the shopping list and stuff like that. And, and you'll be ready for it. So, did you guys request access to the group yet? I don't see anybody who's requested it. Does anybody have any questions?
I know a lot of people here are already in that group, like Jamie, right? The group.
Awesome.
And like Greg said, the hardest part is that fear. I think I told this to Jamie when she's like, "Oh, this is scary," and I told you that it's only scary until it isn't, and that's so true. It is scary, that first group that you're going to do, and you're going to have a lot of fear, and you're going to be going, "Oh my God, what did I get myself into?" But you make mistakes too. And that's the whole part of the process as well. But each time you do it, you're going to get a little bit better. That fear meter gets a little bit lower and lower. And the only way to have that happen is to do it. Greg, you made an awesome post. I don't know if it was today or yesterday with the guy on the diving board.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
If you guys didn't see that in Engage Coach Network, check it out. You're up there on the diving board and you're testing it out. It's sturdy. You're looking around. Yeah, you're feeling good up there. You're doing all your preparation. The only thing you haven't done yet was dive. So this is it. This is your chance to, just do it. Jump in, dive in, and have fun with it. And make it a fun thing. It doesn't have to be all stress and fear. You can make it a fun thing. All the work is done for you. You're free to, come up with your own stuff. Yeah, but those resources that Greg just showed you, it's all there. It's all done. When we started, that stuff wasn't there, and we kind of had to, do our own stuff and put pieces together and things like that. But now all these tools and resources are there, and these are tools and resources that come from successful coaches that run successful free groups. So they're giving us they're saying, this is what works for me. here and see if it works for you. And it does work. So just jump in.
What I would do is I would recommend create an event. I mean, you could do this for the Shake and Share too. Create an event. You know how you create an event for a birthday party for your kids or whatever? Create an event in Facebook and invite all your friends to that event, you know? And then don't just like, let's take, you know, the Shake and Share, for example. So today's Monday, right? So it's a week away. It's Monday to Monday away, right? So it's not like you just want to create that event or make that post tonight. I mean, yeah, I would certainly make that post like I already talked about. But it's not like you just want to make that post and then like say, well, no one commented, you know, and just wait a week and just hope that someone's going to go back and look at that post and comment. No, that's not what you want to do, right? You want to make a post like tonight. And then 2 days later, maybe you want to create an event and you want to invite all your friends to the event, you know? And then 2 days later, maybe you want to go live on your Facebook, right? Now that's super scary, right? That you guys may not even be aware that there's a live button like on your phone. You can go live video on Facebook and you can talk to people and you can invite them to your to this free group, and you can tell them what an amazing thing it's going to be because they're going to be in the group with me and Brian and Shauna and everybody else, right? And tell them about everything they get. And then, you know, you can also make posts inside your event. So anybody who clicks interest or going, they'll start seeing those posts that you make inside the event, right? So then, you know, you can start making posts inside the event. You can go live inside the event. You can start making posts about Shakeology inside the event leading up to the group, you know? But I would recommend as soon as somebody accepts or says that they want to go, you know, once you've talked to them, message them privately, just add them into the group because we're going to be making posts this week in the group as well. But I'm just saying in general, if you were doing your own free group, you know, and before you add people, you could make posts inside the event. So yeah, like every 2 days, tease people, you know, give them something that will remind them, oh yeah, she's doing this thing next Monday. Yeah, I better get on that, you know. And it may take 3 or 4 posts before they actually say, yeah, I want to do that, you know. And then have them invite, like, you don't want just them to join, you want them and all their friends to join. So you say, anybody who shares this event or shares my post, make sure you create your post public, by the way, right? No more private, no more, you know, friends only can see this. Everything now needs to be public, right? So now when anybody shares that post, all their friends see it, you know? And if you create an event, a public event, right, off of your timeline, if your friends click going, all their friends are automatically going to see it. And they're going to be like, what's this? What is she going to? You know, I want to go to that. Literally, guys, I have seen crock pot challenges that have gone viral with Beachbody coaches that have had 130,000 people clicked going. 130,000. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine if one of your crockpot challenges went viral and you had 130,000 people? You think you would have Success Club that month? I bet you would. You know? So, you know, definitely be public. Treat it like an event, like you are an event planner. Just like if you were planning a wedding, if you were planning something for your church, you got to advertise it. You got to tell people to bring their friends. You need to offer them prizes. You know, I do that. Whoever invites the most people, I will give a prize to. I don't even tell them what the prize is. I've had one lady invite 56 of her friends to my group, and the prize was a packet of Shakeology. Okay? So, you know, or, you know, I got a $10 Amazon, you know, it doesn't, you know, the people, they love prizes, you know, so that's what you want. All right. Any other questions, or Brian or Shauna, do you have anything else to add?
I'm good.
All right. So everyone make that post tonight. Tell people that they need to order by Wednesday, hopefully. But, you know, we will allow people to join late if they if they have to. So we'll go ahead and wrap up. We have our business builders call at 9. You guys are welcome to, hang around or come back at 9. We're going to be talking about some social media do's and don'ts and things like that. So and we'll be talking about this group again. So, all right. Okay. Have a good night.